What's up? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button, and if you're listening on YouTube, hit that like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this beautifully honest reaction.
Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly. Look in my eyes, don't let it fall on me. Say you're a good guy, make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it. See how rewind, when we rewind, feels so nice.
Look, I know 45/47, when he was asked about giving Diddy a pardon, a lot of people are saying, oh, he's not going to get a pardon. He's not going to get a pardon because 45/47 is petty and he remembers all the negative things that was said about him by Diddy. So no, he's not going to get a pardon. What he said was, it makes it harder for him to do. First of all, I'm not sitting and advocating for this man to get a pardon by any means, by any stretch of the imagination. But what I caught and what I know about this fool is that he is as petty as they come. So if you give him what he wants, which is public praise, turn for loyalty, because look, the freaking vice president said that 45/47 is America's next Hitler. So all you have to do, it's just really ridiculous, but all you have to do is come out here and give him praise and worship and idolize him in public, even though he knows in your heart you don't really feel that way. He'll flip this, he'll flip the script and he'll give you what you want, as long as you give him what he needs, which is public praise and adoration and saying you change your mind about him. So he didn't say, no, I'm not giving him a pardon. He didn't say, no, I'm definitely not considering it. No, he said it would make it harder for him to do because I feel like we were friends and he said some terrible things about me. So it'd make it harder for me to do. That's all he said. So the fact that Diddy's attorney is out here doing these interviews right now and he's pretty much saying he's ready to get on the stage at Madison Square Garden, you better believe that this man probably will get a pardon at some point if he gets prison time, which I believe he will. And he even threw some jabs in there to make a joke about, I guess he was found like half innocent. It's really weird. But what's weirder is his so-called ex-girlfriend, who's probably still benefiting from him financially. And Tasha K dragged her because, as you know, she was interviewed by Tasha K many years ago. And then when this trial happened and they were speaking about this witness number 3 that the prosecution could not locate, a lot of people were thinking, yeah, it's Gina, and it has been confirmed that it is her. So now, since it was reported that she wrote a statement to the judge saying that she doesn't feel that he's a threat and she wants him to be free, and she's even making posts on social media, saying free Diddy, Tasha K is dragging her because she feels that she was trying to use her as a pawn. So I'm just going to let Tasha K say what she had to say about Gina.
What is it that Sean Combs wants people to know?
He wants people to know that I think that he has reflected on the blessings that he's been given, on the imperfections that I think he sees in himself. I think he wants to get out of jail, reestablish a loving, present relationship with all of his 7 children. He wants to take care of his mother. Does he want to get back into music? Does he want to get back into business? I think he's someone who is always going to strive to do something, exceptional and probably demanding and challenging. But I think the most demanding and challenging thing in front of him right now is to get back with his kids and get back with his mother and the people who love him and miss him.
So he's talked to you about getting back into music if he's released, if he's free?
No, honestly, he has not.
Okay.
One thing he said he's going to be back in Madison Square Garden.
He said that.
He did. He said to me, he's going to be back in Madison Square Garden.
Doing what?
I guess being on stage, and I said, I'll be there.
I'm being honest. It makes it more difficult to do.
Donald Trump is sharing his honest thoughts about pardoning Sean Diddy Combs. 2 months after saying he would, quote, look into the facts, when asked about pardoning his former friend Combs, who has since been found guilty of transportation to engage in prostitution, but acquitted on sex trafficking and racketeering charges, President Trump now clarifies his comments during an interview with Newsmax on August 1st.
Sean Diddy Combs.
Right.
Would you consider pardoning him?
Well, he was essentially, I guess, sort of half innocent.
Yes.
I don't know what they do. He's still in jail or something, but he was celebrating a victory, but he seems, I guess it wasn't as good as a victory. Probably, I was very friendly with him. I got along with him great, and seemed like a nice guy. I didn't know him well. But when I ran for office, he was very hostile.
He said some not so nice things about you, sir.
And it's hard, like you, we're human beings.
Right.
And we don't like to have things cloud our judgment, right? But when you knew someone and you were fine, and then you run for office and he made some terrible statements. So I don't know, it's more difficult. It makes it more, I'm being honest, it makes it more difficult to do.
But more likely a no for Combs,
I would say so.
Okay.
Questions about a potential pardon for Combs came just days after the president pardoned Todd and Julie Chrisley for their tax evasion crimes. The duo, who entered prison in early 2023, had been set to remain incarcerated until 2032 and 2028 respectively, before they were released on May 28th on order of the president. As for Combs, the 55-year-old will return to court for sentencing on October 3rd, following his conviction on the 2 prostitution-related charges. His counsel is seeking 21 to 27 months, while prosecutors are asking for 51 to 63 months, per NBC News.
So you guys heard that, and listen, if that is indeed true, that's some messed up stuff. If she was trying to get Tasha K to pay her to do another interview and then was going to try to make it seem like Tasha K paid her to say some lies, when she came to her unsolicited before, like, a lot of us didn't know this person existed. The only people that I feel even knew she existed was Diddy, Cassie, and those people that were being paid to be around, a few of those assistants that came to testify for the prosecution in exchange for an immunity deal, in my personal opinion, even knew she existed. Okay, so to be out here now and saying what you're saying, it's like, why not go to the court and testify? You made yourself look like someone who could not be trusted or who's credible, writing a statement to the judge when you couldn't even show up to the court, let alone, show up as the witness. And even if you were called for the prosecution, she could have got up on the witness stand and said, I believe this man is a good man, Savannah. He's a good man, Savannah. She didn't even do that. She just didn't show up at all. Had them searching for her, couldn't find her. And then when it was time for the deliberations, TMZ supposedly, allegedly found her in the parking lot of a Whole Foods. And then she's saying that she doesn't feel that he's dangerous. Girl, bye. So listen, I want to know what you guys think about Gina out here riding hard for Diddy, and Diddy's attorney saying that, yeah, he's ready to get back up on that stage at Madison Square Garden, and also what 45/47 said about it being hard to pardon him. He didn't say it was impossible. He said it would make it hard to do because of the things that he said about him. So I truly believe that is still possible. And his attorney had said that they're still in talks for a pardon. So immediately when I heard 45/47 say what he said, those are my thoughts. Yeah, it's possible. He didn't say that it can't happen. He just said it makes it harder to do. So that was the wink and a nod for Diddy to get down on those knees and praise and worship the orange monster in chief and pretty much let it be known that the things that he said about him years ago is not how he really feels. And he was on the Democratic plantation at the time. I don't know, guys. This is like a reality show that I really wish would be canceled at this point, because I'm really tired of this dude. It's just every 5 minutes is something. But yeah, I truly believe that you could definitely give Diddy a pardon. I don't think that it won't happen. I think that it definitely is indeed still possible. So you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments.
Package wanted to offer the court, the United States government, $50 million in exchange for bail, just to go home for a couple months until they come back and re-sentence him. He is due to be sentenced in October for the Mann Act, transporting finance, some of them, male prostitutes across state lines to come screw his women because apparently his penis was too small. Okay, so that is the moral of this story. Now, Gina was supposedly ordered and subpoenaed to testify against Diddy, being that she did a whole testimony with me on my platform years prior. Talking about him kicking babies and stuff out of her stomach and, beating her, and even Cassie warned her. He was messing with Lori Harvey at the time. Lori, I'm going to be honest with you, Lori's PR, they are excellent. I'm sure she's not paying them nothing because she is just quiet. Yeah. So, everybody was shocked when Diddy, when Diddy's team put in for the bail package. Gina submitted a letter stating that even though she said he beat a baby out of her, she not scared of him. That's what she said. She said she ain't scared of him at all, and people change, just like that pastor has changed, okay? And she wants daddy home because she needs some money. That's bottom line. And so my thing is here's the thing. Gina went back right after our interview, and I told y'all that, okay? I think I forgot to tell y'all. I've been meaning to tell y'all this story for a minute. When Diddy got charged, okay, here's the thing. The only reason Gina sat down with me in the first place is because Diddy cut her off financially. He was giving her $5,000 a month, paying for a place, okay? But ended up putting Lori Harvey in her place. Okay, she didn't like that. So he wasn't treating her right, and so she decided, along with the PR team, to come and expose him. She was the first on record to do that. Okay? And it was very well done. She meant everything that she said. And like I said, Gina is not the best character person. I feel like she's just uneducated, but she's beautiful, and she's trying to use the assets that she has now while they're still valuable. And so, just like Cassie said in court, in text message, Jay-Z is taken. Where would she go? Where would she go when you're accustomed to a lifestyle like that? You understand what I'm saying? And so he ended up, after she did the interview, Diddy didn't come after me, because normally back in the day, Diddy would go after Wendy Williams, anybody that exposed him. He did not come after me, because for the first time ever, we had someone that was documented with him talking about him. It wasn't rumors, it wasn't gossip, it wasn't anything. It was his bitch that he pissed off, sitting down to tell a blog. And I remember we got so much backlash because she ended up going back, and it was like, oh, she was just lying on Diddy, doing all this. And he did send a private jet for her the next day. Had his son come and orchestrate a meeting between the two. And she was back on payroll. She had called me and told me he had reinstated her payment. She was good. Now, and was it 2023? 2023, I get a call. This is right after our Kevin Hart exclusive goes viral and Will Smith exclusive goes viral. And it was right around the time when Cassie filed the lawsuit, and she put a trigger warning on it. So everyone started pulling Diddy hoes, okay? Gina calls me while I'm in LA and says, I want to do another interview. I said, why? I just need to do another interview. There's some more stuff I got to say. I'm like, okay. She said, but this time I need you to pay me. I said, Gina, I don't pay people. I know, but I need to be paid, Tasha. I said, Gina, I do not pay. We'll take care of your lodging travel. I'll take care of my travel. I said, well, great. We're in Miami, but I don't pay. If you want to come tell your story, you can come tell your story. The problem is Diddy had already gotten word that there was a federal investigation brewing, and they were tapping all of his women, because his women were calling him and telling him that they were being subpoenaed by the feds, including her. So what I feel happened, and why Gina was so persistent about getting a payment, is because they were going to say Tasha K paid her to lie. She was stressing so hard to get a payment. I said, Gina, what is this? It sounds like you're trying to get money to buy a hit. No, I just need to be paid this time. I got so much. This is a viral story. I want to let it go. I was like, no, Gina, something's not right. Then when I found out that she was in Miami, I said, Gina, who you think you're talking to right now? Diddy lives in Miami. The only reason you would be in Miami is to be at Diddy's house. Diddy was summoning his hoes to clean up all of the bad press, because he was too high to do it. Too high. Ike Turner high to do it. And so for her to be out here tweeting free Diddy and she think he can change, yeah, she's the Jocelyn Savage to Diddy. Not the baby mama, but her. So y'all need to leave Gina alone. Gina ain't got no education. She barely speak English. All she know how to do is screw. And when Diddy come out, she gonna screw whoever he tell her to do out the country. Let that little girl alone. Her little girl called Diddy daddy. Too bad she couldn't have her sister or brother because he allegedly kicked that one out of her stomach. But the reason the bail package was denied is because of Gina. They should have left Gina out of it. If I was a judge and I'm reading that victim 3 says she's no longer scared, but you didn't have the audacity to come on the stand to say that you're not scared, why didn't you come testify and hold that 10 toes down so that people could see you want to run and now you want to come back saying I'm not scared? No, Diddy gonna get out and beat your ass too. Okay, moving on. Eddie Griffin.
Thanks for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.